Today is December 16, 2014. This is Bro Steph, and I want to talk about an article that Kimmy posted that I thought was very appropriate. Shockwaves from oil plunge hit stocks, currencies. This is from MSN Money. Just a terrific article. And I would recommend that all of you read this article. It's not very long, but it's very insightful. And it's no secret if you're watching business news that the stock market is falling and currencies around the world are very nervous about the plunge in the Brent oil crude down into the 50s now per barrel. Now, here's what is going on behind the scenes that nobody's really talking about. And it's amazing to me that we're not hearing the press drill down on this. But Saudi Arabia and China have teamed up, if you will, to try to drive the world away from the U.S. dollar. They don't want the world trading in petrodollars anymore, which is U.S. based. And they really want to get the world away from the United States dollar. And so they've declared a silent war against the United States of America. And what's happening now is Russia's being affected in a big way with these oil prices that have dropped. You know, Russia needs oil to be at about $90 a barrel and higher for them to really feed their military machine and their economy. And with oil dropping so low, Russia's going to be forced to up the price of natural gas to the European Union because Russia is the number one supplier of natural gas to all of Europe. Now, what I was thinking, I was thinking about all this, and it dawned on me that Israel, in the last 3 years, has uncovered tremendous oil and natural gas reserves that have surfaced. And they're pumping enough oil and natural gas to last them hundreds of years. And my thought was this: could Israel become a main supplier of natural gas to Europe by undercutting the Russian price, and hence driving Russia out of the natural gas market? Well, just imagine with me for a second if you're president of a country and your main revenue source is natural gas, and another country is undercutting you. Are you just going to stand by and let that happen? Well, if you're Putin of Russia, you're not. And you're going to do whatever it takes to protect your power base and your economy. And enters, in my opinion, it seems reasonable that this could be the stage being set for the Ezekiel 38-39 battle that's on the horizon. I mean, Russia can't sit by and let their natural gas revenues and business just tank. So, very interesting what's going on today. The entire globe is being affected by the downturn in oil prices, though it's good for your gas tank and mine. And I mean, it's possible we could see like $1.99, $1.89 gas if it keeps up. We haven't seen gas prices that low since the 1980s and 90s. But I believe the Lord is arranging all of the pieces on the chessboard to prepare Russia for the invasion against Israel. The hook is going to go in Russia's jaw. God's going to drag him into Israel. Excuse me. And there on the mountains of Israel, God is going to defeat Russia. And they're going to be chased in retreat to the Black Sea, their backs toward Israel, and they're going to be decimated and humiliated. And that, I believe, is going to happen during the last 7 years of Daniel's 70th week, the last 7 years in human history, as we've known it. I believe that's when that's going to occur, and that battle might even be the battle that helps to kick off the Great Tribulation that our Lord talked about in Matthew 24. Interesting times we're living in. You would think if oil prices were dropping, it would encourage everybody because the cost of goods would go down. But it's actually having a detrimental effect. And it's creating a inflationary response. I mean, Russia is now sitting at, 17% interest rates. If the China and Saudis are successful in pulling the world away from the American dollar into what's called SDRs, and that, I could do an audio report on SDRs at another time, but that's another discussion. If they're successful in creating a new currency called SDRs, that's going to collapse the American dollar and could send us into extreme depression and or extreme hyperinflation, which would, whether you're in a depression or super hyperinflation with interest rates, 30, 40%, either one of those is very, very bad for a country. So a lot to be praying about, a lot to keep your eyes on. Keep watching Jerusalem, keep watching Israel, keep your eyes on China and Saudi Arabia, because those are the power players right now that are really disrupting the economy at this point. The Saudis are manipulating oil prices by turning on the spigots and flooding the market. In other words, there's too much inventory, so prices are dropping. Just keep your eyes on those centers. Saudi, Red China, and Israel. And remember, we are now the second most powerful financial country in the world. China passed us. And I think that's a huge story in of itself. That is not a good sign for the United States of America, that China has become the number one financial power in the world. That gives them a lot of clout, a lot of weight. This is Bro Steph, reminding you to keep looking up. Jesus could come back really soon. And also, you can find us on Facebook at facebook.com/groups/Bro Steph. You can read our intelligence reports at brosteph.org. And remember, live out your faith, keep praying, and stay alert. Talk to you again real soon.